You know, the process of writing the 2012 Farm Bill has started early. 9 members of the U.S. House Agriculture Committee were in Morrow, just south of Atlanta, for a hearing recently and heard that some 2008 Farm Bill provisions just don't work. The Monitor's Rick Treptow reports the farmers may have to make tough decisions on what they want in this new legislation.
The National Archives Southeast Region building south of Atlanta was where the meeting was held. Panels of land-grant university officials and farmers testified. Farmers generally endorsed the 2008 Farm Bill. They said some programs need adjustment.
We can have extreme rainfall, drought, windstorms, hurricanes, early or late freezes all in the same year. However, any crop insurance coverage above the 70 to 75% level is simply not affordable.
Andy Bell, a diversified farmer and Decatur County Farm Bureau board member, helped make the case to keep many of the current programs for the new bill.
The 2002 Farm Bill made a lot of changes. It put peanuts under the market loan, which enabled me and about 50 other growers to go into the peanut shelling business. And we now operate a peanut sheller in Dawsonville, Georgia. We're the largest employer in Seminole County and the largest taxpayer in Seminole County. Without those changes to the market loan and the storage and handling, that business would not be in business today.
We as growers wind up paying CPAs and lawyers and everything to try to figure out how we can farm.
The farmers said a new peanut picker could cost $100,000, a new 6-row cotton picker $300,000. But the bale-making pickers they will in the future all have to buy now cost $500,000. Ronnie Lee and his 3 sons have 6,000 to 7,000 acres of cotton.
About 850 acres of cotton is about all we can grow, one person, and get payments. If we don't get the subsidies, we're in the red on every acre. But it takes about 2,500 acres to justify one of those pickers.
Georgia Farm Bureau State President Zippy Duvall said the 2008 Farm Bill had flaws. One was the SURE program.
According to our FSA officials in Georgia, no one has entered into the acre program or signed up in the state of Georgia. There are many questions around it.
The conservation programs, according to Mr. Duvall, are widely supported.
Conservation Reserve Program, CRP, is important to our family farms here in the state of Georgia. And as our country moves toward a renewable energy, CRP will fit well with our farm families.
Putting provisions in the new bill to enable young people to replace the majority of farmers who are over 58 was thoroughly discussed. Even the Ag Committee chairman wants loans to be available.
So, okay, how are we going to get that? Well, probably the only way we're going to get it is if the rest of us give up something. So these people can have a system so they can get in. You know, we got to think out of the box here. But bottom line, we got to make this work.
The hearing was held in committee member David Scott's district.
Getting incentives for kids to go into farming, scholarships, loan. Much as we do, we want kids who've gone to law school to get into public defending. Well, we put a bill in that would take care of their loans if they go into public defending. Well, we can do the same sort of thing for people going into farming. It's very, very important.
The Republicans had budget concerns.
The situation in Washington, D.C. in terms of the availability of federal funds is perilous.
As a strong opponent of FDA, EPA, and other regulatory agencies, Congressman Goodlatte already has proposed a compromise.
In exchange for their taking smaller government programs, it's my hope that we can, in the future, steer our government away from as many environmental regulations and other regulations as we have right now. We need to protect the environment, but we are over-regulating, micromanaging these farmers, and it's very much impacting their bottom line.
The committee expects to be done with their work by December 2011. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.